Hey, Floyd, what was your reaction to the fight, man? What was your reaction to the fight, man?
Fought like it tonight as they get the draw.
Clearly in there, man. I thought I won. I thought I did enough to get the victory over a spectacular fighter. I told y'all from the beginning, man, that I got the skills to pay the bills.
I told y'all in every single interview, this whole press run, when the fight got announced, I put belt to ass. And you can see that's what I do.
At the center of it all is Lamont Roach Jr., who has become an unlikely symbol of what many see as the need for reform. While he hasn't directly accused anyone of wrongdoing, the implication is clear he and his team believe they were wronged by a system that failed them when it mattered most.
What you was thinking when Tank did that when he took the knee? What you was thinking when he took the knee?
I can't speak on it.
Can't speak on that?
Can't speak on it.
He did some bullshit though?
I can't speak on it.
You no personal opinion, nothing?
Can't, especially.
As the investigation plays out, all eyes remain on the New York State Athletic Commission and the World Boxing Association. Whether the result is overturned, a rematch is ordered, or nothing changes at all, this incident has already left a lasting mark on the sport. And it's far from over.
Tank, you voluntarily took a knee fight. It was not ruled a knockdown. What happened?
I just got my hair done 2 days ago and she put grease in my shit, so the shit was like, you know, like when you sweating and things like that, and the grease come in my face, it burnt my eyes type shit. Damn, why y'all going like I'm saying bullshit? Like, this is real facts. Come on, man. Look at my hair. I just got my shit done. But it's all cool, man. You know how I get. They love you and then they hate you. Tell them they love you again. You know what I mean?
Lamont Roach Jr. found himself at the center of a growing controversy after his bout with Gervonta "Tank" Davis. Davis ended in a disputed draw. The fight, which took place in Brooklyn, New York, featured a highly controversial moment in the 9th round when Davis appeared to take a knee.
I don't know that he would have let Roach get away with that. He let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Tank Davis is a star. You know, I think he set a record for the most fans ever in Barclays Stadium. Tell me if I'm right or wrong, but I believe they hit a new attendance and maybe a gate record. They've done concerts there. They've done fights there, basketball games there. The Nets
yeah, I think you're right. It was the record for the gate for a fight for sure. I think the Rolling Stones might be the only one that beat them at the Barclays. But either way, they did huge numbers.
Under normal circumstances, this should have been ruled a knockdown in favor of Roach. However, referee Steve Willis did not call it, and the round continued without penalty to Davis. Following the fight, the New York State Athletic Commission, NYSAC, released a statement blaming a technical issue for the absence of video replay, which would have clarified the moment in real time. This failure, combined with the referee's decision, led to widespread backlash. Roach's team immediately filed a complaint with the commission, demanding an investigation into the refereeing and the technical malfunction.
This sport that there's a lot wrong with, and there is, and you see it, and we shouldn't keep seeing it. It's got to be stopped. A referee, that is not in the rule book. You get hit with a jab. I know there was a second or two in between. Sometimes you see a delay, knockdown, whatever. The punch didn't hurt him. I understand that. But he got hit a jab, and then a second, 2 seconds later, he takes a knee. Guess what? I'm sorry. That constitutes a knockdown. Your knee goes down after a punch somewhere around there. That's a knockdown.
Did Gervonta Davis take a knee, and should he have been deducted a point and in the end lost that fight to Roach, in your opinion?
Yeah, in my opinion, if it was a draw, he take a knee. And plus the corner go up and put it a towel in the face, that's a disqualification for sure. I'm talking about the rules, but it's not my business.
They argue that the missed knockdown call dramatically affected the outcome and that Roach would have won the title had it been properly judged. Legal experts reviewing the matter have raised serious concerns about the integrity of the commission's systems. The lack of replay capability in such a high-profile match has led to suspicions about whether this was truly a technical glitch or a deeper issue. Some believe it could point to systemic problems within the NYSAC or even deliberate attempts to protect high-profile fighters like Davis. Pressure has mounted as boxing fans and former champions voice their frustration online. The hashtag #Justice for Roach began trending on Twitter shortly after the bout, with fans demanding that the result be overturned or that a rematch be ordered.
You can't do that. If that gives Roach a victory, give him the victory. That's how you keep the integrity of the sport, right? That's why they suspended me, right, to keep the integrity of the sport. So I feel like if you're going to do it to me, you got to do it to everybody.
Analysts reviewing the fight footage frame by frame confirmed Davis's knee touched the canvas, which, by rule, constitutes a knockdown. This could have been a turning point in the scoring that awarded Roach the win. The controversy has drawn the attention of other athletic commissions and even federal oversight bodies. While there is no official federal investigation into Lamont Roach personally or his home as previously rumored, sources say multiple agencies are reviewing the incident to determine whether boxing regulations were violated and whether reforms are necessary. Roach, speaking on Instagram, expressed his disappointment but reaffirmed his commitment to letting the truth come out.
When we was talking in like the 12th round, I think the 12th or 11th, we was talking shit, right? But he like, you ain't gonna win. I said, shit, why not? What you talking about? He like, they ain't gonna give it to you. I said, oh, is that right? So, you know, that's how boxing work. It's sad to say, you know, that's how boxing work. I'm not like totally upset. I figured with a superstar, you won't get too much on paper.
I don't know that he would have let Roach get away with that. He let Tank Davis get away with. Why? Tank Davis is a star.
His legal team is exploring avenues to either overturn the decision or compel a rematch. Meanwhile, the WBA has remained silent, but insiders suggest they may be waiting on the NYSAC's findings before taking further action. Several high-profile figures in boxing, including former champions and promoters, have weighed in.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the reality is can the state call for an immediate rematch? I don't believe they can, the commission. It's really up to the governing body. I mean, the commission can overturn a decision or rule on a decision, but can they order a rematch? That really has to come from the governing body, the WBA, to say, if you want to remain lightweight world champion. But everything I'm hearing is the rematch is going to happen anyway. Like, I think it's pretty much done.
Talk to us about the star power in this May 2nd card.
Yeah, I mean, you got three of the hottest young fighters in terms of that, that social media presence.
Many argue that boxing's credibility is at risk if blatant errors like this go unaddressed. Some have even suggested that federal legislation may be needed to regulate professional boxing more effectively, introducing national standards for judging, refereeing, and review systems. As the investigation continues, new details have emerged. Leaked internal communication from within the NYSAC suggests the commission was aware of technical vulnerabilities in their replay equipment weeks before the fight, but failed to address them. If proven true, this could escalate the situation from incompetence to negligence. Additionally, reports indicate that one of the judges assigned to the fight had previously scored suspiciously in favor of Davis in a prior match.
Man, he got lucky at the draw. He did a good fight, though. I thought he won it, but man, you gotta just create more action. That's a sparring session as far as I'm concerned. Oh my God! But God damn, that's not the Gervonta I know.
Critics argue that the commission should have vetted the panel more thoroughly, especially given the stakes of a title match. Calls for an independent review board have gained traction, with several lawmakers from New York proposing the creation of an external body to investigate high-profile disputes in professional sports.
I've heard some people saying, that he should be disqualified. He went back to the corner. I don't buy that, to be honest with you. I mean, I think that's a warning, but it's a bit of a bizarre situation for me. Like, there was a lot of people in boxing that were saying that this is a really tough fight. Like, Lamont Roach is a serious fighter. I said it might not be the biggest profile fight, but it's actually quite a tough fight. And Shakur said to me, like, even the day before, I'm telling you, he's going to have big trouble tomorrow night. And I just feel like hopefully this could be the little something that gives Gervonta a little wake-up call to take him back to the mindset of maybe where he was.
They argue that relying solely on internal review mechanisms leaves too much room for bias and corruption. Roach's trainer and team have also voiced their frustrations, citing years of work being undermined by one moment of officiating error. They argue that Roach had Davis on the ropes multiple times and that the momentum shift in the 9th round was a clear turning point in the fight. The public reaction has remained intense. Footage of the incident has been replayed millions of times across social media platforms, and influencers in the sports world continue to dissect the fight. Commentators point to this controversy as symbolic of broader issues plaguing combat sports: lack of transparency, inconsistent regulation, and inadequate oversight.